our special guest speaker for today.
Thank you so much. It's such a blessing to be here. I feel so honored to have been asked. I am originally from Orange County, South Orange County, and I've heard so much about Unity of Carlsbad, and I've never been here. So, sorry. And so, but what I'm seeing today is so much joy and so much laughter, and I just feel like I feel at home already. And Cahill and Delene, oh my gosh, so beautiful, so beautiful. Thank you. So I love the song, What Do You Choose? What do you choose, right? It's a choice. That's the hard part sometimes, isn't it? But today I'm going to be talking about the power of understanding. And my title is Peace, Love, and Understanding, because I truly believe that you have to have all of those things working, right? They feed each other. Understanding feeds love. Love feeds peace. Peace feeds understanding. You know what I mean? It just all flows together. And so I'm going to be talking about that a little bit today. And I'm going to start with the story of the Good Samaritan. So in the story goes that a man is walking down the street and he gets attacked and beaten and robbed, and he's left on the side of the street. Two men come by, a priest and a Levite, both men who were honored and looked up to in that time. And both of them cross the street and continue walking. Then the Samaritan comes by, and Samaritans at this point are not highly regarded. But the Samaritan sees this man, helps him, takes him to his home, and helps him to heal. He recognized the shared humanity between them. He understood that we can see beyond the appearances, right? Those first two walked by and thought, ooh, they saw the way he looked. They weren't sure about him. They made a judgment and they moved on. But the Samaritan could see beyond that. He used his power of spiritual understanding to see the truth of that man and to reach out in empathy and humanity. So understanding is more than just intellectual knowledge, and I know you've already had a talk about this, but it's about that spiritual knowing, right? It's about trusting that inner wisdom and allowing that inner wisdom to come to the surface so that we can really come from that space. It calls us to move beyond appearances and to see the truth of ourselves, of others, and of situations. Through understanding, the Samaritan transcended societal barriers, and he exemplified the power of compassion and unity in that moment. So I kind of touched on love and understanding work together. So love, metaphysically, is described as the pure essence of being. It's a universal harmonizing power. And too, that's so powerful, right? Love is that universal harmonizing power. When we are centered in love, we are centered in our highest selves. We are centered in the best that we can be, right? That God is love, and we are love. And when we're centered in that space, it helps us to see the truth. It helps us to feel that compassion and that empathy for the people around us. And from that space, we can settle into our power of understanding and really hear what we need to know. They feed each other and help us to look beyond appearances. 1 Corinthians 13, 4-7 encapsulates this essence of love. Love is patient. Love is kind. It does not envy. It does not boast. It is not proud. It does not dishonor others. It is not self-seeking. It is not easily angered. It keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, and always perseveres. And this verse speaks to that transformative power of love. It's a force that centers us in our divinity and works with understanding to see beyond what we might be thinking, and also to see beyond our own stuff, right? Because how often are we in a situation and we feel that fear or that anger or that something we don't quite understand, but we're just in that discomfort, right? And that comes from our stuff, our experiences, our beliefs about ourselves, right? We learn in The Eye of the Storm, no one and nothing is against us. But what comes up for us speaks to the beliefs that we hold about ourselves. So when we're in love, we can take a moment and look at that. What's coming up for me? What is that feeling? And we can come back to our divinity, come back to center, and center ourselves again in peace. Charles Fillmore once said, "Peace is not something you wish for, it's something you make, something you are, and something you give away." Right? Peace is a choice. It's an embodiment of that inner serenity, of that knowing that we are divine, that knowing of our connection to spirit. Because the connection is always there. It's just sometimes we get distracted or caught up in, once again, those beliefs about ourselves or those fears. So when we can come back to that space of centeredness and of our divinity, we can come back to ourselves and the truth of who we are. Peace is choosing calm within, regardless of what's happening around us. So one way we can choose peace when faced with a challenging situation is just to take a pause. You've probably all heard this one before, but it's good to remember and practice. When you're stuck in that space and you feel those energies coming up and you feel yourself getting frustrated or angry, you take a pause. You step back, take a breath in, and allow yourself to be present in the moment. Allow yourself to remember who you are, right? And to step fully into your power in that moment. And that's how you keep that peace. And it's through understanding that we gain that peace, through that understanding within us to take that pause, that understanding that we are divine, that we are spirit expressing in every moment. It's through understanding that we gain clarity and discernment, and allows us to create that peace within and to radiate it out in the world. And boy, don't we need more of that. Absolutely. Peace is choosing, right? We choose it, we take that moment, we center ourselves so that we can come from a place of understanding. And understanding beckons us to look beyond the surface, to embrace empathy, to seek truth, right? That truth that unites us, that humanity. Remembering our oneness so that we can move forward to create that world of love and light. And we can express our Christ self in the world. We can become instruments of healing. We can become instruments of compassion and bearers of divine wisdom if we only remember to be still, to come within, to focus on the love that we are, to radiate that peace, and to listen to that divine wisdom. It's such a gift, and it's ours, all of us, regardless of exterior expressions, regardless of what we see. That divine understanding is ours. That divine love and wisdom is ours. So as we center, as we step forward, we have that opportunity to be peace, love, and understanding for each other and for the world. It's a blessing to have people who can see this oneness, who can look beyond societal expectations, who can see beyond appearances, and know that each person you meet is Christ in expression. To be able to have that empathy and that understanding, and to carry that so that we can expand it and grow it and create more love each day, wherever we are. So I'm going to really invite you to this week embody this peace. Take that time and pause. Take your time in meditation and allow yourself to be centered. When you feel overwhelmed, it's okay to step away. That's also a very good thing to remember. We can give ourselves permission to say, I'm not my highest and best right now. I'm going to take a moment. Right? So that we can step away and we can take that pause or meditate or pray or sleep or whatever it is we need in that moment, and show up again as a reflection of God, right? As our true selves expressing. And it's important to realize that we can love ourselves as well. The same way we look to others and we see their truth, it's important that when we make mistakes, we see our truth as well. We have that understanding for us. Because that will encourage us to keep stepping out, to keep shining our light, and keep being peace in the world. So I'm going to take a moment in prayer. Just ask that you get centered. What a blessing to know our divinity. What a blessing to know that no matter what, no matter the appearance, we are whole. We are perfectly made. Regardless of race, gender, sexuality, ability, regardless of all that, we are perfectly made. We are whole just as we are in this moment. We understand that our spirit is wholeness, and that as a world, we are one. We are connected. We are all Christ in expression. So as we move forward, we center in love, and we become conduits of positive change, vessels of compassion, and beacons of unity. May peace, love, and understanding guide our journeys and help us create a more peaceful and loving world. Amen. So thank you so much for giving me this time and this space. Again, I feel so honored and blessed to be here, and I hope to get to know you all a little bit better. Thank you so much.